Let's get undisputed trending. That's what I want, and that's what the people want. I want it bad. I came to take over and not take part. These are the words of newly crowned, two-time, unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. Now that tweet has started a great conversation, debate amongst fans on Twitter, YouTube, and pretty much everywhere else you can find them. And the argument is now back to who's the A side with he and Deontay Wilder, who's the B side. They're going back to Wilder turned down $120 million for a 3-fight deal with DAZN. Everything that you can think of is coming out. My question to all you boxing fans, all you guys with channels, all you tweeters, when did you all turn into accountants? I thought we were boxing fans. Every time you ask a question that has to do with the fight, the first thing someone wants to say is how much money someone was offered. I have never in my life sat down to watch a fight and the thought come into my mind of, I wonder how much they're making. People, AJ, Wilder, Fury. We hear Wilder say he wants to fight. And let us not forget, Wilder has been fighting in amusement parks, parking lots, wherever they can put up a boxing ring for him to fight, he's fought. It hasn't been catered to him. The big machine in America didn't jump behind Wilder the way the machine jumped behind AJ over in the UK. Some might say Wilder had to earn his. And once he became heavyweight champ, the scrutiny has made it that much difficult for him to do what he needs to do because everyone wants to scrutinize him. Where when you put it on the other hand, it's almost as because AJ had this great physique that he was meant to be at the top of the division at Undisputed. But let us remember, at one point, AJ, out of his own mouth, and if you just look it up, you'll see where he was pretty much saying he wasn't worried about being undisputed. He still had time for that because he's young. He didn't say it just like that, but he did say the part about undisputed. Think I'm lying? Just look it up. You'll be able to find it on YouTube coming out of his own mouth. Now, since we're always slinging about what Deontay Wilder said, let's not forget that AJ did say, you can look it up, that if Deontay Wilder didn't shut his mouth, he'd freeze him out. This was when AJ was the unified champion the first time. Deontay Wilder also said that he would smoke AJ out. Now, as you might think, and when I say as you might, I mean the AJ fans who just refuse to sit down and have a sane discussion about this dream fight that we all would love to see. Now, AJ made those statements, and then once AJ lost his belt, and he knew he was getting a rematch, because his name wasn't chattering as loud, he made a statement about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder freezing him out. So when he wins the belts back, he doesn't want to hear about them because they tried to freeze him out. But AJ, if you already signed to fight Andy Ruiz to try to get your belts back, how are you being frozen out? How could they be freezing you out at that time? You are already getting ready to fight for all the belts save one. Tyson Fury doesn't have a belt, so what is he freezing you from? And Deontay Wilder was already fighting. He couldn't fight you because you already set to fight Andy Ruiz for your rematch to get the belts back. So let us stop using that as a flaw against Deontay Wilder. Now, when it comes to, we've offered Deontay Wilder the most money he's ever made. Why did Eddie Hearn, Team Joshua, feel the need to tell the world that? Then comes out the $100 million deal, or whatever the number is, for the 3-fight deal with DAZN. But if Deontay Wilder wasn't as smart and he had accepted that deal, things didn't look quite the way they were put out to the public. If they were, why did DAZN come out publicly and apologize to Deontay Wilder? So it seems to me he made a good decision. I'm going to be honest with you. I've heard Deontay Wilder say negative things about Anthony Joshua, but they've always pretty much been in reaction to what Team Joshua and Eddie Hearn puts out. Now, I know Eddie Hearn is just doing his job and trying to promote his fighter. But when you get to speaking about what goes on in another man's house, and you don't visit that house, have relatives in that house, how can you possibly tell people what is going on in that house? When you have casual fans, and I say casual when the only fans that are following AJ, a majority of them couldn't tell you anything about another boxer. Now the UK fans are excited. Dillian Whyte is back. And if you ask me, he's just another body that they're throwing in front of Wilder in hopes that Wilder is removed out of the way somehow so Joshua doesn't have to face him. Yes, I said that. So Joshua does not have to face him. They thought Tyson Fury would do it the first time, and we saw how that turned out. Regardless of how you look at it and how you want to put it, Tyson Fury won, Tyson Fury lost. Here's a fact. Tyson Fury snaked his way out of an immediate rematch. And then he went home and said that he was robbed. Now, from where I'm from in the United States of America, when men get robbed and they know who did it, unless there's some kind of coward, they go deal with that immediately. So, I know the fighting is going to keep going on, and I just wanted to put a couple of things out there because you're going to have to get your boots and shovels because it's going to get real deep, real fast in the heavyweight division when it comes to bull. Now, the Wilder fans are waiting with bated breath for this Tyson Fury rematch. Anthony Joshua fans are waiting with bated breath for this Wilder Fury rematch. Fury fans are waiting with bated breath. Now, two of those groups are hoping and praying that Deontay Wilder suffers his first loss. Because lo and behold, if he knocks Tyson Fury out, there will be no excuse, no type of spinning, no amount of lies will be able to unshine the light that will be shown upon Anthony Joshua if he is still holding on to his belts.